Okay, we're going to open our SCCM up. So here is my installation for my SQL Server. I need to reboot this machine. So the SQL Server starts. Don't worry about this error. That's just the wizard crash.
Install it together?
Yes, we installed it together. We're going to reboot this machine.
I don't know if I install mine. I got a screen that says new SQL Server standalone installation. There was also, I also had an error thing.
Errors or warning?
Well, I closed it out already, but it was basically it was saying that the program crashed or whatever. You know, closed, debugged, that kind of thing.
On the NAT, I'm just installing it.
NAT, yeah, just
Default how we've done it before?
Yeah.
And same for the DC.
Do the NAT, you know how to pass the IPs and everything.
Yeah.
Create a DC, contoso.com. Once you're done with the DC, add the NAT to the DC.
Even though we've
never done it, I know. Just add the NAT to the DC. Once you create the NAT, okay. Let me know when you think.
Yeah, let me. I want to also spell this right. Contosa.
You don't know how to spell contoso.
Nope. The same thing.
You have to remember
No,
the last
so do
time
I
we
have
had
to
a
reboot it, or-
Contosa, which is the
Yeah,
picture.
you have to
I
reboot
put
it.
Wong instead of like Contoso. Oh, and Brian's
Brian, any set in memory for SQL?
No, that's what we're doing. Now, I didn't set it on the virtual machine. I'm setting it in for SQL. Guys, we can get by with 4 gigs, but we have an obscene amount of memory, so I'm going with 8 gigs. I'm going to scroll over until I see this. SQL Server Management Studio. We need to verify 2 things and set our memory. I'm going to wait till people get booted. I'm thinking of Juan's video. One video includes coffee and cigarette breaks. Yes, I am sorry. I'm just talking about Juan again.
Are you gonna ever let it go?
But no, I wish Juan would have.
He wouldn't like that. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't like that.
No, he wouldn't. So take some solace in that. Guys, I'm going to right-click my server.
When you launch it, it says connect to server. Do you do that or no?
Yes, and we're going to log in with Windows Authentication.
What did you?
Okay.
Nothing. It just goes to sleep because it's a tablet, not a tablet. It's based on a tablet, and the tablet goes to sleep every time that I don't do anything.
Hey, Brian, it said the network pass is not found. Go to the game. Yeah, I did.
It should have a computer name there automatically. You might have to do a reinstall because I don't know what's going on there and they can't find your server. Look, when I go in here, I don't have to specify a server.
What does that say though?
My actual computer name. Try to type in CS0 whatever.
Is that what I should do? Was it DM3?
Yep. But the other thing you're going to have to do is you might need to go into administrative tools.
That let me in.
Oh, that did. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to right click the server, go to properties. Michael, where are you?
I'm right where you are.
Okay.
I didn't tell you. I missed that.
Guys, just verify we're dealing with multi-language disk. Just make sure everyone is using that Latin 1 general. The next thing we need to do under server correlation. Next thing we need to do is go to memory and type in 8192 on both of those. I don't want this to go crazy with memory. General, I verified for server correlation was Latin 1. Under memory, 8 gigs for both. Going to click OK. So we verified one thing, we set the memory. The next thing we need to verify is, in fact, our log on. We have SCCM there, SCCM admin there.
Verify that it's not installed. Reboot. You know, if it is installed,
She loves it.
that is good. Click, now, go up there.
All yours, but good, no guys. There's only guys here with dads.
Guys, I'm going to go to properties. And verify under server roles, I have sysadmin.
How do you get there?
Are you under security logins and then SCCM admin?
Okay.
Right click, go to properties. And under server roles, you should have public and sysadmin. So I'm going to close this out. This is ready to go. So I'm going to now inject my System Center ISO. On the virtual machine.
Yes, we can all create the
Search.
scopes for firewall.
SCCM admin. Did you not create that user account already? What is it? Advanced right there. Advanced. Find out. Right. going to DC and config these
Right.
ones. Can you get on the net?
Did you eject the SQL image and you provide the one in there?
I'm going to just go to the settings for the server and inject this. It'll unject the other one. It will reject.
Which one did you select?
The SQL Server. The config manager, system manager, system config, whatever the CD is called.
Question.
Yeah.
We never actually integrated the Wuzu into SCCM in the last class. Are we done?
Which one?
No, we did. You didn't come to the last class.
And,
I did.
Service.
Yes, we did. Yeah. He went, that was part of the.
Are you?
class, and he went through the whole thing.
Yeah, you're referring to the WSUS.
WSS.
Yeah, we did.
In the last class and.
Remember that last day, you yeah.
And he went through the whole thing.
Are we gonna do it?
Guys, I'm going to.
What did you, what's the name of the ISO you added?
Which one did you click?
The top one.
That one?
This one. System Center, Config Manager. I'm going to click Install. Yeah, the top one. Normally, guys, I don't know why that doesn't launch it automatically. I think it's because we've got SQL Server installed first, and it created two applications that can open that, so there's no association to the HTA file. Guys, I'm going to do an install a configuration manager primary site. I'm not choosing the typical. I'm not choosing the typical. I'm just leaving the default on the first page.
I click install and it's already running.
Okay, well, look, do you have it running in the bottom here?
Yeah, so. Wow.
So I'm going to do the evaluation. Can't set the password on the last.
I got everything on it. One thing you can kind of hard line that I installed a tool for the routers I need for wireless. You have to install that.
You have.
It's wireless.
Okay,
That will work on wireless.
Hardware. You got
Cameras can install.
i7 core, 16, 32. I only have to say, I'm working.
Not working.
The 32 solid state drive, you're running Windows and a solid state, but what about the virtual machine? Everything is on the Everything is in that one drive. Okay. How big is the drive?
I have a question about the sites for SCCM. When they say site, is it similar to the sites you create in Active Directory sites and services?
In a way, yes. Do you remember our first discovery, AD? The first discovery that we're going to do? That's going to discover our AD sites. And you can configure that to create your SQL, your SCCM sites off of that, based off of that. So yes, in reality, you're going to have them mirror your Active Directory sites.
Right.
You want to be able to push out an application or an image to this site.
But would you actually have a server in the site for SCCM?
Yes, but we're not doing that installation. We're going to do single server, single site. No, you can't change it after the fact. Guys, I'm accepting the end user license.
I was literally like half a second, how do you show if you stand in ready, right?
No, I'm checking.
That's right.
Next. If you don't know how to do that, I'll show you. Right click your server. I think it's the third tab. Guys,
No, that was an accident.
I don't think we're actually going to use SQL Server Express, but I'm just going to accept the license anyways. I'm going to go and create a folder called C Downloads.
Did you accept all three of those?
Yes. So on the root of C, I'm going to create a folder called Downloads. Then choose that folder. Make sure you choose the downloads under the C drive and not your downloads folder. So I created a folder on the root of my C drive and called it Downloads. Click Next. Unjoin the machine from the domain. Go back in work group. Shut down the machine. And delete it. I don't. Ouch. You know, if you can't get it installed, just start with a machine that's crippled. You know, just wipe it. I don't know what you did wrong. You know, and the machine only has one thing installed on it to diagnose what went wrong for an hour and a half. And you can create a new machine in 10 minutes. Do me a favor. When you join it to the domain, use your new name, CS whatever. Remember you got that funky name? Make sure you use the right name. Then you're going to have to go to your group policy and change the old server name in the filter. Yeah, but use a new name, then go to group policy and change it to the new name. Yeah, or to stick with our naming convention, so there's no errors. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause this while I'm downloading. Okay, so now I'm going to choose my language. Guys, this is the language for the client. And I'm going to put XYZ as our site code and Contoso headquarters site. I'm going to just use the default name. This site code is not reusable. So if you're doing a test and then you want to deploy it later, you'll have to use a different site code. It beds in so many different areas of Active Directory, you just can't remove it. In real life, I probably would not do this. I would go through and install the config manager on a client somewhere. I wouldn't actually sit on the server itself. The server might not even have a keyboard or mouse. So this is how you manage the config manager. And if we go down this route, you can't add additional servers later. So, and again, so this is the route I'm going to not do if I was going to do a production environment. I want to be able to add multiple servers at different sites and stuff. If I go this route, you can only have one site.
How did you get there?
Click next.
I'm not getting that on there.
Look, did you go from here?
Yep. That's
You haven't installed it, okay, it's not gonna let you.
I gotta go back, you gotta go back to the very first screen and show me what you installed. You probably checked that box.
Without AIK, you
No,
won't be
back,
able.
back. Don't check that box. That's why you missed it.
Frank, without the AIK, you won't be able to install it.
It's given,
Yeah, it's giving him a fail. I'm running because I already installed the AIK.
okay. Guys, we have to install AIK. I thought it was, we did it afterwards.
I have an isotope also for the AIK if you want.
We already have it we already have it downloaded.
Yeah.
Just double click it, run.
Yeah, but you still have to download the 3 gigs. I have
Well,
an
the-
ISO for the 3 gigs.
Well, no, we're not gonna download the whole thing.
The whole thing is you download it 3.
No, it won't take that much, because we're gonna choose those 3 items. I'm going to do,
You're missing the migration. Okay. It's 3.1.
okay, we'll do it. As opposed to everyone copying it off of you, it won't be that bad. So I'm gonna click these 3 items for AIK. Click install.
Right. While that's installing, question, the first option, can you go back to the install screen for System Center? So if you do the first option, you have to specify then this computer FUN, so it will be considered essential site, right?
Yes, only because we haven't set it up. But if you're going through this wizard and you already have the central, you'll be specifying that server and that'll already be set up. So right now it's going to actually set it up.
Oh, okay.
You know, because we don't have a central yet.
Okay.
I've never been in an organization that required multiple sites. I've always just used this. But we're supposed to, you know what the default RAM is for 100,000 users? If you read the instructions, the requirements, it's 32 gigs of RAM. Xeon processor, I mean, it's a hefty.
It's a real server.
For the main
But
server,
yeah.
same for the SQL server. For the SQL server, if it's main site, if it's the main installation, it's like 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, but
If it's another site, then you know.
But I think the last one, the last version of this said you only needed 4 gigs. It came out with this one, 32. You know, it was a huge jump. Not the top, the 3 from when we moved.
So you gotta use user state migration?
That user state migration wizard, when you're upgrading a client, you can grab the user account, copy it to the server, deploy the new, and reapply the user state.
Because I thought it was.
We're going to grab
Downloaded
the SCCM automatically installs user state migration tool. We want to copy it from AIK though, because the one that comes with SCCM is both. All we need to do is just copy it into a folder. Copy it from the AIK folder into that folder and you're good to go.
The last thing.
Still got my Windows 3.1.
I'm gonna copy it from my SCCM, so we have it in one place. Hey, actually, try this. Go to this server. 10.3 on your real machine. Grab this. Luis has all this.
I swear, Brian, by the end of this class.
I'm gonna bring Juan back. Copy this to your ISO folder, then inject that onto the server. I think he has the hot patch.
Yeah, those are the three hot patches.
No, you don't have the SQL Server one though.
The SQL Server.
No, never mind. Don't worry about that. Download it.
Why don't you do that?
No. We will eventually, but for right now.
Yeah, you're,
Yeah, I'm trying to see where do I have it. I know I have it.
We have it right here. It takes 2 seconds to download. Take that number and search for it. And you just get it from Windows Download.
It's a KB something. My computer, the installation took 26 minutes.
But the thing is, all you have to open is 32400 on the router to that IP. That's it. For Plex.
Yeah, I did, but not. I went into my router and everything. I did the remote desktop, and it works perfectly. Don't you remember that I showed you?
Okay, listen, and so can you go from another machine within your house and type in
Yeah.
IP colon 32400/web?
Yep. I go to the IP
Can you,
of the
can you
place.
sign into another computer right now? Go to plex.tv and sign in and see if it pulls up your stuff.
I go into the server. I go into the server, and in the server options, the remote access, it says that it is unavailable. Take a look at it.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to pause this. Resume. I'm going to go back to my SCCM. I'm doing a primary site again. You can't go back. If you think this is going to grow at all, don't choose this option. It's giving you a warning. You can't change this later. We're going to leave the instance blank. Guys, that's a service broker. We do not talk directly to the database. We talk to a service broker. It's kind of the middleman between us and the database. You don't want people to have raw access to your database. So we talk to the service broker. Remember opening up that port, 4022? That was for the service broker. Leaving the default locations, transaction logs, and server logs. These transaction logs, not events that have happened. They're not like normal log files. We don't make changes to the database. We make changes to the transaction logs that get updated to the database. That's my server. I'm not configuring certificates. If you want to go down that route, more power to you.
You check the box.
I did not check the box because my clients will not be using HTTPS. I'm going to create a management point and a distribution point. Distribution point is where you're going to download software from. A management point is where you control the clients. I'm not going to join this, but in real life I would. And my settings. I'm going to pause the video.
My first computer on my phone.
Okay, I'm going to click begin install. I am now. Now I'm going to pause.